How's it going, everyone? You're right, it's CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Vechain. Once again, thank you for your continued support, okay? Sorry I've not done an update on Vechain for a while. I've been mega busy. Obviously, the weather's amazing at the moment, isn't it? And they've got the Euros and all sorts of bits and bobs like that. I've also got an alternative business that I'm running, and obviously the missus has got me out in the garden doing all sorts of business at the moment in the garden and sprucing that up. So I'm going to try and find more time to jump on back onto these projects. I want to continue all the old projects that I used to cover, just to keep everyone satisfied. So right now, diving into Vechain, then you can see, unfortunately, I'm going to be honest with you, we are looking strong for continuation, just not right now at the moment. Okay, we look like we're into a level of consolidation. There's a couple of indicators that are showing that, obviously, and one is this particular level right here. Now you see this is called the 20 weekly EMA. This is a weekly time frame, okay? You can see we've got the close below that. So like I said to you, unless we can break out here and get back above it this week and back to the support, you're going to be caught in a consolidation because you're hitting your head on resistance. Do you see that? You've turned support into resistance. Right there, we broke out, got above, we got the close on that week above, but then we sold off again and we've entered a level of resistance, and now you're looking at consolidation. So until we get back above this weekly 20 EMA and start to backtest the support, because like I said to you so many times, when you're above the EMAs, you're in an uptrend, and when you're in between them, you're consolidating, and when you're below the 55, you're entering a downtrend, just like you did down here in the previous bear market. Okay, when you go under the EMAs, boom, 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 hitting your head, and it's not good, basically, and in a downtrend. But there's no signs of that at the moment. We've gone through this ABC correction right here. We're holding support relatively well. Now the other beautiful thing here is, if we did come down to the 55 EMA, you're still making a higher low just here. Do you see this? So if you do see the roll, put some cheeky bids on the 55 EMA, where I would imagine you'd find a high level of support, and you sort of see a wick down for Vechain right here, because from here down to the 55 is a roughly 37% correction right there. Could happen, you know, it might not. I'm just showing you the possibilities. If you do start seeing the market roll, just put some cheeky bids on that line there, because you can see in the previous level of consolidation and wave 2 pullback, the ABC correction right there, we bounced off the 55 EMA, and you can see we've not actually touched the 55 EMA in this correction, or we've not touched it since the 11th of January. So it's a very, very long time. And you will find in the bull market, when things start to come down and looking for key levels of support, the 55 EMA on the weekly is an amazing level of support in a bull market. Just look at Bitcoin. Okay, it literally bounced off that particular level in something like 30% up at the moment from that level. So it's always a good place to put bids in. I mean, from that particular level there, we did give you an ABC correction originally. It did go a little bit deep in our anticipation, to be honest with you. But so far, it's come fruitful, and it's not just going to get there overnight. Okay, this $1.50 anticipation, the wave 5, it's not just going to get there tomorrow or the next 15 minutes. You've got to appreciate these things take time to come fruition. Just like here, you know, we would have had this projection down here, Helioweight theory, wave 1, wave 2 pullback, and we said, you know, looking at wave 3 continuation. It took time to build up, didn't it? You know, and right here, this is going to take time to build up as well. So don't get frustrated. This particular level right here, this took approximately 91 days to sort of become fruitful right there. At the moment, from this particular peak and this level of consolidation, you are roughly 63 days, so potentially another month of just consolidation before we get the breakout, taking us up to this $1.50, the fifth wave of this Elliott theory right here, towards the sort of end of summer, autumn, winter sort of area. You know, and who knows, after that we could get really overextended and get some of those high projections that we've got based off Fibonacci, which would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? So yeah, it's looking relatively good. Okay, we are holding support, but like I said to you, one thing we needed to see is get above the 20. Okay, so right now, unless you can close out above that 20, you are going to come back down to that target that we've specified out of the rising wedge. So enough jabbering from me. I do apologise. I'm going to jump into the hourly time frame now and see what we can see for Vechain. Okay. So looking at Vechain on the hourly time frame here, there is a bit of a pattern there, W double bottom, that's reversed just there. We'll go through that in a minute. You can see the reversal there, and that's happened on a lot of cryptos. Okay, you are basically sort of entered an uptrend on the hourly time frame. You've created the bullish cross just there. You are holding the 20. You fell for it just here, so you need to see the bounce here, because if you do, you've got a nice little upside here. What I'm going to do is show you the potential target at the moment of the rising wedge. I think it's on the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, so we're looking at a 4-hourly time frame for Vechain, and you can see this is the target out of the rising wedge, because it's a rising wedge. You see this, you've fallen out of the target just there, and you can see, just like Cardano, I think Cardano is going through the same sort of target. You know what Bitcoin did? Bitcoin got overextended when it was up there at 63k. It fell out of the rising wedge, and it took its time. It started to come like this, picks up, you think, oh no, it's going to invalidate the rising wedge, and then it eventually came down to the target, eventually. So do anticipate that you could be looking at a 0761 Vechain token, and that roughly is, isn't it? If we go to the weekly time frame right there, you can see that that is roughly where the 55 EMA is creeping up to. Do you see that? It's creeping up to that particular level there. So by the time it happens, you know, if it does happen, it is all a big if, by the way, as well. You know, technical analysis, it is a big if, but I'll always tell you what I see. And so far, you know, Vechain looks, unless it starts to make some higher highs here, it looks as though it is on its way to that particular target, because the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. Do you remember that? So this particular pattern, the rising wedge right now, this is the pattern that's in play. It's broken out of a level of support, and it's on its way down to that target. However it gets there, that's its target, and from there I would imagine you get the bounce continuation right there. It can be invalidated, of course, and the way to invalidate it is break this high just there. And if you can see Vechain come up and start to take out that high there, boom, you've invalidated this pattern, and you're starting to march onwards and upwards, and you've broken out this particular projection just here for Vechain. Okay, so do anticipate that. It's relatively healthy, but you've come up and you've fallen through the 55 right now. You are in a downtrend on the 55 because you're hitting your head. Do you see this on the 55? You are on a downtrend on the 4-hourly time frame because you're under resistance right now. So I'll show you the reversal pattern just here, the W double bottom that's played out for Vechain. Okay, so if it happens again, you can trade it. So there's the reversal pattern just here, W bottom. Do you see this? W double bottom. Okay, so you've got the W like this. Do you see that? It's basically a pattern, a reversal pattern. It's come down, it's made a low and a higher low, so effectively you're reversing the trend. So this is a good signal in itself so far, but what you do need to see is Vechain stay above the 55, because if it does, you're going to drag the 20 over your shoulder, and the 50, you're going to create the bullish cross, and it's going to be continuation to hopefully take out this high up here, so you can invalidate this target here. Do you see this? So do anticipate that. You do need to see Vechain carry on here, back test, hold support. See you later, alligator, because it will look relatively bullish. But this particular pattern's played out here for Vechain, and you can see from there to there, and you can see it's met its target. Do you see that? So when it broke resistance just there, putting a cheeky long, and boom, it actually hit that, got rejected, and started to come back down. It's consolidating. That's not a bad pattern actually. That's some sort of ascending triangle right there for Vechain on the 4-hourly time frame. You can look at it like this. This is actually a bullish continuation pattern right here. So do anticipate a breakout here. If it can hold this as support, you see this horizontal support here, this ascending support line. Do you see this? If Vechain can hold this as support, you will see a breakout here. There is a target. Okay, so it's from there to there. From there, because it's a horizontal ascending triangle, sorry. If it does break out of this level of resistance right here, do anticipate that you could be looking at a 1239017 Vechain token right there, and that would be an appreciation from this point of around about 10%, and failing that, obviously they do break down as well. And if you start to lose this level of support, go short, because where you see it roll again. Okay, and again, you know, I can't say, oh, it's going to break out here and come to there, because you can see it changes. Do you see that? So it's why you got to come to your charts and draw this support lines and resistance lines, okay, of this ascending triangle. It is primarily a continuation pattern. Okay, it is a relatively bullish pattern. You've come up into it, you're creating a key level of resistance, you're creating a key level of support, and as you come close to the apex there, you will see the break. Okay, and if you do see the break, go short obviously, and if you see the break, go long right there. And that particular trade, once you see the level of support resistance broken, is a 6% trade right there for Vechain in either direction. So do come to your charts and draw this. Okay, so yeah, that's basically Vechain. What we need to see obviously is continuation here, stay above these EMAs, take out this high to invalidate this target here, and that would actually see above the weekly 20 EMA right there for Vechain. Okay, so just sit tight. You know, at the end of the day, we've got a projection and we hope it will go there in this bull run, but again, we've not got a crystal ball. But so far so good. It is holding relative strength and support, and at least it's not going to zero like some people write, don't they? You know, it's a scam, it's going to zero and stuff like that. It's a great project and we know it's going places. So yeah, stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned, and I'll be back tomorrow with another update on Vechain. Bye bye everyone.